So Insomniac a couple weeks ago released a full image of their official Spider-Man 2 console covers for the PlayStation 5, and it just looks really cool. But the thing is, I can't afford it, so I can't really do anything about it. Except, I thought it would be a cool idea to make my own versions, and a little bit of a tweak to my version of the console, which I think should have been added to the actual thing. So I have the stencils right here that I'm going to show for what I used, and I'm honestly so pleased on how it all turned out, because bear in mind, I've never done this type of thing before, so it was my first time learning it all by myself, and it was quite easy and it was quite fun. But if you want to try this as well, especially with my method, it is quite time consuming. So if you got a lot of time on your hands, you just got to be patient, okay? It takes a lot of time. So I spent a couple hours looking at the official design of the console with how the symbiote pattern drips down, and I just tried to mimic every single bit of that cover, but it was a lot harder than I thought. So my first idea was just getting the console plate and just drawing with a side-by-side picture of the actual design, which is very difficult. So that was a terrible idea. So I thought I will just draw it out on a piece of paper, I'll trace it, and then cut it out into a stencil that I can then paste that onto the console. But I didn't have a printer or anything to trace it off, or a big enough screen to trace it off, or big enough paper. I literally had to stick 2 pieces of paper just so it was big enough to fit the entire console. And I didn't really have a big enough screen to trace off the entire pattern of the front cover, so I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna get the actual picture, post it as a little clip, rotate it, and then play that on my TV. So I did exactly that, and I spent a lot of time creating this. And I'm very pleased with how it turned out. But cutting it out is one of those times where you really gotta just have a lot of patience in, because you don't want to mess it up. Believe me, I did not want to mess any of this up. I was very delicate with it. And if you're wondering how I did the little holes as well, all I did is that I just folded it and then did a little snip, and that was it. It was easy to do the holes without actually having to cut the edge. But yeah, it was a pretty cool stencil that I finally had to fit the actual plate. So I used that, and I got a pencil. Oh, there's a car going by. Lovely. This is why I don't record during the day. I usually record during the night when it's like quiet. But yeah, I stuck this onto my console plate, and I just used a pencil, which is what I used for sketching it, and just drew along it. And it felt so much easier than having to constantly look at a side-by-side image. It was so difficult. And also, as I was drawing it out on the TV, the whole symbiote pattern, I also drew out the logo, and that was pretty cool as well. That way I got an actual size of the logo to also sketch onto the front cover. And so after making a stencil out of the things that I needed for the front cover, I was ready to color it. At first I wanted to paint it, but it felt like I was more likely to mess it up, so I thought of an alternative and just got markers. Markers I just have more control of, and I'm not really an expert in painting or anything. I never took art class. I'm not a good artist, okay? So I just stuck with whatever felt easier. And it still turned out great, honestly. But the thing is, as I finished coloring in the symbiote goo on the front bit, I was doing the back behind it so that it was fully black, and I ran out of pen, so I had to wait until the next day, because I was coloring it at like 3 in the morning, and I had to wait until the next day just so I can go to the store and get another marker. And now that I got a new marker, I was finally able to continue work on the console. Since I was all pretty much done with the front cover, I decided to finally work on the back, which I will get to now. Now I only had 3 things that I made a stencil out of, which was again the symbiote pattern, the Spider-Man logo, and the Venom logo. Oh, there's blue tack on it that I stuck. Oh no!
This right here is my favorite thing ever. In the history of forever. I think about this every day. I think about this all night long. I stay awake, not sleeping, because I'm thinking about this.
The Venom logo was really cool to make. Just look at this logo. This is probably my favorite Venom logo. Insomniac just made the Venom logo such an iconic logo for a villain, and changed it into something more terrifying and more cooler. Like, you can disagree with me in saying no, the classic logo is best, but This is such a more refined look of the Venom logo, and I just love it. You could say I'm meat riding Insomniac all you like. All I'm saying is that this logo is so much better than the classic version. Like, it's just so jagged and spiky. I love it. And it really fits in with, like, the alien look of Venom. So yeah, I finally got a chance to make a stencil out of the Venom logo, and you're probably wondering, Michael, the Venom logo isn't on the actual console. Yeah, that's what I mentioned. I did make a little tweak that I added to my own version that wasn't in the actual version, and that was adding the Venom logo onto the back of it. I feel like that's what it was missing, because on the back of the actual console, it just had the exact same Spider-Man logo in a small corner, and the rest was blank. And it just felt empty to me. And it felt like adding the Venom logo made it stand out more. Because on the front cover, it's encasing the red in symbiote goo, encasing the Spider-Man logo, and on the back, it's just black. It feels like it just makes it show what the game is about. But yeah, that's my only complaint about the actual console. The console, look, Insomniac, the console looks great, okay? The Venom logo just would have looked cooler. I'm sorry. And I gotta tell you, as much time as it took me to do it all, it was so amazing to finally get it done. I honestly loved every minute of it, and it was just so enjoyable, but not as enjoyable as that lasagna, I tell you that. And that's basically it. This is the finished design of the PlayStation 5 console that I done myself, and I'm just honestly really proud of it. There's the back, look at that, there's Venom. Oh my god, I really can't wait to see Venom in action when the game finally comes out. Believe me, when I first saw that reveal trailer in 2021, I think I saw it in the middle of the night around 1 AM, and I couldn't stop screaming into my pillow because everyone else was asleep. I didn't want to wake them up. But, oh my god, I've been waiting for this game for 2 years, and I can't wait to finally play in the black suit. I can't wait to play as Miles, I can't wait to explore Queens, and I can't wait to explore Brooklyn. We haven't had a Spider-Man game where we could go into Queens in 18 years. That's my age. Since I was born. Since Ultimate Spider-Man, which by the way is my favorite Spider-Man game. But yeah, again, I'm really impressed and proud of myself for actually doing this. I just saved myself a lot of money. Alright, so I'm editing this video right now, and the state of play dropped not long ago, and my mind is on nothing but the new gameplay that we got. I've wanted to take a look at the open world, and they done that. I wanted to see more of the web wings, and they done that, and I just can't concentrate on editing the video. I want this fucking game, man. It's getting unhealthy. Massive props to everyone that worked on the game, including the characters themselves, Yuri Lowenthal, Tony Todd, Najee Jeter, Laura Bailey, and just amazing with what you've done with this character, and I can't wait for the game to come out. I think it's, by the time I'm recording, it's 35 days left, and that's insane. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna choke. Yeah, it's just insane, and I can't wait to finally stream the game when it comes out. Someone's cutting their bushes. But I was just too excited. Oh my god, a car as well? Come on. Alright, let's set this down so I can show off my cool shirt. Now you must be thinking, Michael, what do you mean cool shirt? It's just a blue shirt. No, it's not. I found this in a charity shop the other day for $1.99. So cheap. The cheapest shirt I've ever bought. And, believe it or not, it's Spider-Punk! I know, it's sick, you wish you was me. When I was going to work yesterday, I was wearing this t-shirt and I never felt so cool. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this console turned out, and I really can't wait to finally stream the game when it comes out. My biggest worry about streaming the game is my Wi-Fi goes off every now and then. It's very faulty, so I'm always like, what if the Wi-Fi goes off and I'm streaming? Do I have to start the game again and start a new stream? That's my biggest worry, but I'm willing to roll the dice and risk it. So yeah, I'm glad you all watched. I hope you feel somewhat entertained by how I did my console, or somewhat inspired and you want to do the same. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and that's about it. So I'll see you later.